Hi, my name is Sebastian Roche. I'm 30 years old, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my story about how I became a journalist. We will start from when I was about 10 years old. At this young age, I became fascinated with watching news shows regarding sports. I would spend hours watching ESPN and absorbing all of the information that these reporters would talk about. In the back of my mind, though, I always wondered, where do they get this information from? How do they know this stuff? Now, let's fast forward to my high school days. I was never the type of person that excelled in math and sciences. What I did do well, though, was my writing intensive classes. So much so that I had my teachers in my literature and my language arts classes tell me that I needed to be doing something which would showcase my talent of writing. Around the same time, there were many stir-ups in the media about fake news and false information that was being reported to the public. These two things really had an effect on me, and so I developed an idea that I believed that the public had a right to receive accurate and unbiased information. After high school, I began college at Valencia in the year 2017. Here, I took a new student experience course, or SLS class. Going into the course, I thought, this class is going to be a waste of my time. This class serves no purpose. But in my SLS class, I discovered that I had a natural strength to be competitive. Something I always knew in the back of my mind, but I never saw it drawn out in front of my face. So I came up with my purpose, which was, by focusing on my strength theme of competition, I will strive to report stories that are honest and provoke thought in my audience, in order to establish myself as a well-known journalist in the industry. This purpose statement would be the backbone to the path I took to get to the point in my career where I am now. After I had finished my AA, or Associates in Arts degree, at Valencia College, I transferred to the University of Central Florida in the year 2019. Here, I would finish up my bachelor's degree in journalism. During my senior year at the University of Central Florida, I worked in an internship with the Orlando Sentinel. There, I learned all the ropes and basics of the industry and what it would take for me to become a well-known journalist in a very competitive industry. Along with this, by my senior year at the University of Central Florida, I had started to develop a portfolio which I would use to show my accolades and would help me gain opportunities in the future. So finally, in the year 2021, I graduated from the University of Central Florida with a bachelor's degree in journalism. Up to this point, I had been able to fund my education via Pell Grants and very minimal loans, so I was not too far in debt. However, now that I would be pursuing a master's degree, the costs would go up even further. So I had to take out a few pretty pricey loans so that I would be able to complete my master's degree in journalism at NYU. Overall, the cost of my education ended up being around $55,000, all well worth it. Half of this I was able to pay with loans, and the other half with Pell Grants and scholarships. After I had completed my master's degree in the year 2024, I was able to gain an entry-level position with the New York Times. Here at the Times, my days start very early in the morning, around 5 a.m., where I get to the office and the first thing I do is check what the top stories that are circulating and make sure that there is not anything that our direct competitors are covering that we are not. Throughout the day, I work on stories that my boss has asked me to develop. When there is some sort of important development that we need to cover, I will rush to the scene of the story and try to gather any information that we at the Times can use to report. The day-to-day life of a journalist is very hectic, and it is very competitive, so you have to be a dog in this field, and your goal has to always be to win. To be the first to report on a story, because there is no prize for second place. Looking back, I can see that this field is perfect for me. Someone who is naturally competitive, and will always strive to be the best, and report stories that would leave our audiences informed, but also provoke them to ask questions.